Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered you every day of the week. Today we have a special show where we're at the ABV Barrel Shop Tasting Bar, and we're going to be trying a new offering from Redline Whiskey Company. My name is Steve Akeley, joined by Darren McCroy and Cop Ken. What's going on, guys?
Nothing much. Enjoying the day.
Good. How you doing, Steve?
Good, real good, real good. So what we're looking at here is a 7-year-old blend here. We don't have the specifics. So Taylor Morley, the owner of the company, was in the barrel shop actually just yesterday as we record this. He ran through a tasting of the current lineup, and he's like, I just finished this blend. It's not on the market yet, but I brought in a small bottle for you. So I thought we'd do a show about it. I can't remember the specifics of it. I do know that there's several, it's like 3 things, plus like 3% of it is, what's the finish?
Amberana finish.
Amberana finish. So about 3% of it's Amberana. That's all we know, though. The rest of it, what comprises the other components, I don't remember, but I do know it's should be fruitier, I think. With a little bit of probably that cinnamon note that you get from Amberana, but we'll see. So, before we get to all that, we're going to be tasting it in the second half of the show. Right now, Darren said there's something we want to talk about. What is that, buddy?
So, I have famously messed up saying a couple words. Do it all the time. Is there any...
Perennial Brewery?
Yeah, like Perennial Brewery.
We won't cover that now, but yeah.
Is there any words that, like, any point in your life you said wrong for an amount of time and then someone was like, that's not how you say it, or you knew you were saying it wrong, or...
Trying to think. I'm sure there's examples of that. I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
So, this one...
I said... some people say... And I hear other people say this, too. I said... we always said it was a hammock. But apparently people say hammock.
Yeah.
And the people that say hammock get very mad at you if you say hammock, and they make fun of you. But then just the other day, we're like with Dave Ewalds, and he was talking about somebody fell out of a hammock. And I'm like, see? Hammock! Other people
do you
say
think it's an age thing?
Yeah, maybe. I don't
It's
know.
probably an age thing or cultural thing. It's like garages. Like you say garage in America, but in Australia, they're like, it's a garage.
Well, they're just wrong.
They just, everybody says things a little differently.
Aluminium?
Aluminium. Yeah,
that's a favorite. Yeah.
So, yeah, I just had somebody at work that had a slip of that with, the phrase "a straightened arrow." Yeah, that's not it. But somebody mentioned that in a report. It's this, you're on the straight and narrow. But
right.
They said the straightened arrow.
The straightened arrow.
So, no, he didn't realize that that's not how you say that phrase.
Yeah.
So I had to let him know.
Had to correct him. Okay.
That's not the same thing, but it's kind of it's similar. I can't think of anything personally that I've said, but I'm sure there's 1,000 of them. Yeah.
So, like, when I was little, and I couldn't talk for a long time properly, I had a lot of speech problems and stuff.
Talk.
Like, I honestly didn't talk until I was, like, 5.
Okay.
Anyway, but one of the words I could say, like, in that 3 to 4 range, was boos. And it it is an all-encompassing word. It was for juice. It was for my sisters. It was for any stuffed animal. Anything that I wanted, I'd be like, boost, and like run around. And
boost.
And my sisters got really good at figuring out what I wanted. But the one I was actually going to say wasn't a saying thing. It was a spelling thing, because it's notoriously not great at that either. But when I was doing dendrology, which is like the study of trees, you had to write the Latin names and the common names for all the trees on the quizzes.
Right.
For like the first semester, I spelled maple with 2 P's. And didn't realize anything was wrong. And then the TA was just never taking off points because he thought I was like being funny or something. He's like, "Why do you keep writing maple on all of the trees?" I was like, "It's maple." And he's like, "Nope, that's not how you spell maple." I was like, "Okay." And then of course perennial.
Yeah, that's my God.
I'm not allowed to say that
for
word
somebody
anymore.
who's studied trees. I feel like you should know that word.
Right? Yeah. Well, the other one that you and Jim always said wrong was Detling. Dettling. Det. They always said it Dietling, which would be Deeetling.
Yeah.
I do say that one both ways now.
It's Det. Yeah. Detling.
We're not trying to kill insects. We're talking about a
Deet.
plant.
Yeah. Oh, the Dietling. And Jim won't get it right. You've kind of evolved where it seems like you're saying it right these days, but Jim can't get it.
Once you get to a certain age, it just doesn't matter.
Right. It doesn't matter. It's just going to be, for him, it'll always be Dietling. So,
And while you were gone, this probably isn't the time to say this, but we got Farm and Estate in, right? And it's called Farm and Estate. And on the computer, he put it in as Farm and Home. Like the farm and home stores that went out of business.
Jim's spelling is notorious. Well, one of the products we sell here, you could buy a bottle today. It's not Ragged Branch, it's Raged Branch.
Raged Branch. Okay.
It's just an angry branch. It's just raged.
Yeah.
So that's what we have to deal with. So yes. So this has nothing to do with anything we're talking about. You ever just watch random videos and stuff gets put in your feed and you don't know why? This one keeps popping up on my feed. I don't know why. It's this country, and apparently they have an overabundance of mosquitoes, so they catch them in nets, and then they turn them into burgers, like hamburgers out of mosquitoes, because it gives them protein. They don't have a lot of protein in that area. To me, that sounds absolutely horrible.
Oh, I'll try it.
Would you?
If
what have they been feeding on people? You're eating whatever they've been eating.
But I've always kind of secretly wanted to try human, too. Like, if there was a normal way of doing it.
What's happening on this show?
Well, you think about it like if you don't know what you're eating, like if it just looks like a burger and you try it and it's really good, and then somebody tells you this is 15,000 insects.
I was going to say, how many mosquitoes does it take?
They tell you in the video, I forget. It's a lot.
You'll be like, damn, I didn't think I would ever try that, but not too bad, you know? It's like,
no, it looks bad. It's much darker than what a regular burger looks. It doesn't actually look like
it's like a bean burger.
Yeah, it looks like a bean burger. They form it where it's in a burger type patty, but it doesn't look like a burger, and it just sounds horrible to me. But they show all the mosquitoes. It's unbelievable. The people that go out and catch them, they got to be getting bitten up because they're not in like protective suits or anything like that. They're just in like regular clothes. They got nets, so they're catching them and stuff. And it's
they know how the end result's going to be. They're going to eat them.
They're going to eat them. Yeah.
Who cares?
Oh God. It's just
you're just feeding the animals when you walk out there.
It makes me queasy when I think about it. I can't imagine biting into one of those. God, I got to stop thinking about it. I may throw up here on the show. Maybe a first. A reversal of fortune on the show. That would be a first. So
has anybody thrown up on a show before?
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah. I wish I could say that wasn't true, but it happened.
I haven't heard it per se, but I mean, it's
on some of those old shows, some people would get lit.
Oh yeah. So we had an incident one time. I'll say that. So and there might have been a second one too. There was another one where somebody ran off set and didn't come back. So I assume they were throwing up.
Sure.
Yeah, it happens.
Have you gotten they throw up on the screen and then it goes dark and you're like, what happened?
I did. If you ever go back and search the episodes where the pickleback, I definitely spit that out. So the pickleback shot is. We're all going to do pickleback shots. That was the show, and I do the shot of bourbon. Then I chase it with the pickle juice. Well, I thought I was getting dill pickle juice, which I like dill pickles. Dill pickle juice would be okay. It was sweet pickles. I hate sweet pickles. And I'll tell you what, when you're expecting the dill, and you get hit with the sweet, I couldn't hold it in my mouth. I just spit it out, and that was a horrible one. My wife used to love listening to that one because I spit it out and I'm gagging and stuff. So that's a pretty bad one too.
That's a big separator in people. If you either like dill pickles or you like dill and sweet. But
what do you like?
So I think I like dill pickles.
Yeah, that's the right answer.
I have nothing wrong with them. But I really enjoy like a bread and butter pickle on a burger or something.
Stop.
No, it's so good.
No.
Like you have to just...
on your mosquito burger, it's just delicious.
Sure. Yeah.
That would be the example I would put a sweet pickle on. I want
There's
anything
a
to
time
taste
and a
but
place
that
for a sweet pickle. And like if you put it on a nice burger, it can
dill
really
pickles
elevate
go on
it.
burgers.
It's so good.
Darren's got a thing too where he looks at the like ugly animals that are well protected to be like, it must be protected like that because it's delicious. So like,
hedgehogs
must be delicious, he says,
because they are covered in spice. Got to be delicious.
What are they protecting? It's got to be delicious there. So
Maybe.
Yeah.
I guess. But
mosquitoes so small that no one really eats them. No animals really do.
Right.
Got to be delicious.
Yeah.
I don't actually think that. I think they taste disgusting. I think they're going to taste like blood, but...
maybe.
God,
I don't know.
Damn. I can't. The mosquito burgers. And they're just frying them up, just as happy as can be, man. Just cooking them up. People are out there with the nets, and then they got the grill going.
When you don't have access to certified prime Angus or whatever,
I guess.
you gotta get the
mosquito stuff's looking pretty good.
It's like those the people that like do the eels. They like catch. They like dig these holes and catch eels and eat them. I'm like, I've never had eel in that fashion, but if I'm hungry, I guess I'll do it.
I love eel, so
really,
I'd be down for that.
Well, I like it like on sushi. You like eel,
yeah. But what's the difference?
But they're not eating that. They're eating I don't want to know how
like
they got it.
A mud eel.
Yeah, they're literally digging a hole in the mud and
you ever see those videos too? Yeah,
they pick up it's the damn algorithms. That's really what this small talk should be about. How stupid these algorithms are.
Yeah.
Where are they taking
I end up having to watch these videos. Yeah, of course. I famously have to watch a lot of people that live out of a car or their van, and then
down by the river.
Well, they don't have toilets in it, and then they have to tell you how they poop. So that ends up being a big video, and I have to watch a lot of those. And every time I see one, it's like, how do I poop in my van? I have to watch it. I'm like, even though it's always going to be the same, I'm like, I gotta watch that damn thing. And so the spoiler alert, it ends up being that thing that's almost like the diaper genie, where you put it in there and it twists around, where you're just basically crapping, and then you hit the spin thing and it spins it in there, and then you end up creating this like a thing of crap that and then
crap snake.
Crap snake that it looks like it's eaten a rat multiple times. So it's disgusting. It's just disgusting.
Resourceful people, though. I mean,
they
make it work.
They make it work.
So.
And then when you go on the comments there, that's what kills you. You go on and it's always like a very attractive female or something like that. And then guys are like, well, what would you do if I came over to your place and I had to use it? I took like a big steamer in your toilet. How do you think she's going to react to that? No, she'd be like, no, that's cool. Yeah. No, and first of all, why are you taking a big steamer in those woman's toilet that lives in her van? I don't understand. But what do I know? So, all right, what we'll do next, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come, think about the poor red line people. Like, there's a show about this. Then they can tune in, and this is what we're talking about.
We're going to talk about mosquito
burgers. This is what
burgers.
we're talking about,
poop steaks.
Yeah. So we'll take a quick break.
Crapping in a van down by the river.
And then when we come back, we're going to taste this thing. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of Executive Bourbon Steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your Executive Bourbon Steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your Executive Bourbon Steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com.
Hi, this is Rick Brenner, and you are listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Shouldn't it be the legend?
Maybe.
All right, everybody, welcome back. This is Steve, Kopken, and Darren, and we're getting ready to try at the ABV Barrel Shop Tasting Bar a new offering from Redline. It is their cigar blend. Their cigar blend. So let's see what we got here. We don't know what goes into this, other than that 3% Amberana. On the nose, it smells fruity. I mean, yeah, you're picking that up on there, which I like. So many of them want to go so bold and spicy with the cigars, and I like the ones like Rye 3s that tend to be a little bit fruitier. So let's see what we got here.
Absolutely.
Let's taste it. Cheers, guys.
Oh.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Really nice.
Definitely like a Madeira or a fortified wine.
Yeah.
Is one of those.
Yeah, you get that. You get the Amberana in there. I mean, they
Amberana, I kind of catch on the finish, like 3%, and but it's there.
Yeah.
That's how strong that Amberana is.
It's
so.
balanced though.
Yeah,
It's really
balanced.
good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you think this is going to be a cast strength cigar blend? It seems like a lot of his stuff is higher proof.
For the most part, he does cast strength. Other than he's got a bottle and bond. Obviously, that's not. And then does he have other stuff that's not cast strength? I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. If
Ken, you smoke cigars, right?
I do.
So
occasionally,
would you have this with the cigar?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a really good flavor for a cigar, and mixing it with it. It's like you said, the fruitiness is good.
Yeah.
The spice is good. It's really well balanced. So I think it would pair really well with a cigar. So I would definitely. I would probably dip my cigar in this before I smoke it.
Okay.
Just to get a little extra flavor.
Darren, how about you? I don't know. Do you smoke cigars? I've never even asked.
Often, not often.
Often, okay.
Often, but not often.
Often,
I
but
have
not
been-
often.
Trying to get into it because so many people think it pairs well with whiskey. If I'm out camping, oftentimes I'll have a cigar around a campfire. But other than that, I don't go out of my way.
Okay.
No, it's good to get.
But I think I would try and pair this one with a cigar. I definitely want it. It's fantastic.
It's good to get a new vice to pair with the other vice.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with cigar
You
smoking
need,
at all.
Yeah, for sure.
But,
for sure.
no, it's a good whiskey. I think it's
good whiskey.
It's good alone, but I think it would pair really well with a cigar. So
It's amazing how a light touch of Amberana makes it delicious. Like, it just kind of, you get that fruitiness on the back end, and then it ends in that cinnamon spiral, and it's...
yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, I think it's, if you compare it to the Elements brand, I would say maybe it's like a quarter of that flavor. It's a lighter amount of that, cinnamon spiciness. I think it would work great.
There you go.
So, Taylor was here yesterday at the shop.
Yep.
And I wasn't lucky enough to come down to the event.
You should have, though. Well, you were playing pickleball.
I was playing pickleball.
In the evening?
Yeah.
It didn't start till 6:30 or something?
We started playing pickleball at 6:30.
Okay.
Isn't that an old man game?
Yes.
It is.
I'm playing with my father who wants to exercise more.
That's fair.
Okay.
Was there anything that he said last night that gives you really good hope for Redline in the future? Because I've loved every single one of their products.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, he's got a lot of different things he's working on. The audience came up with a couple ideas, and he wrote them down. So he's open to doing different things if people come up with cool ideas. So we'll see what he ends up doing. And of course, they're getting ready to open their own distillery where they'll be making their own stuff too. So that'll be separate. The red line, as we know, where they're doing experiments and things like that. All that stuff will continue to exist. So, but he'll have new stuff that he'll be laying down. It'll, again, like anybody else, it's going to take him a couple of years to get that out. But once he starts doing that, they'll coexist. So he'll have his stuff plus the source stuff. So
cool. Is the distillery? It's going to be in Paducah, right?
Paducah area, yeah. It's not actually in Paducah proper, but yeah, that kind of part.
Is that like a 5-year plan to have that open? Or?
No, it's almost ready. It should be open this spring.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, well, that's really soon.
Right. Yeah, really soon. So yeah.
And then start laying down barrels.
All that kind of stuff. So yeah.
It's close to us too.
It is. Yeah. It's like 2.5 hours away.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not far away. So yeah.
That's a good trip.
Yeah, for sure. So we're looking forward to that. So there you go. On that note, we're going to wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. We'll start with Cop Ken. Cop Ken, where can people find you?
At the ABV Barrel Shop here and there, and otherwise you probably won't find me unless I'm on patrol somewhere. Yeah. So
you claim that you've been in this place more than me recently.
That's true. You had a week. You decided to totally abandon your obligations.
Just walked away from the business.
Go on what people call vacation.
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird.
Yeah. So, I've been here more than you. So,
all right.
I'm the new owner.
Look at me. I'm the captain now.
I am the captain.
Yep. All right, Darren, how about you? Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at The Bourbon Adventures. Also, 5 days a week here at the ABV Tasting Shop.
Yeah, that's the name of
That's another thing I always say wrong. Is
the
name of the place I work.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
ABV Barrel Shop.
All right. For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. That's one you got to check out. Everything that we do is out there. We put all those previous shows or blogs, so much more, abvnetwork.com. Come by and see us. We talked about it several times today, the ABV Barrel Shop. Not the tasting bar, whatever the hell you say it
tasting
is.
Shop.
The tasting shop, yeah. So it's the ABV Barrel Shop. Check us out online, abvbarrelshop.com. Darren, anything else to say before we get out of here?
If you like what we're doing, leave a 5-star review. And if you want to, you can join the Patreon page at abvnetwork.com. It has a link to that.
Close enough. Patreon.com/the ABV Network. There you go. We'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow, folks. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing, the ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.